So after you complete your design, you need to save your file, and you're going to need to manage all these images that you've been collecting. So one thing I want to remind you is to not take an image from the internet and just drag it onto your screen. Okay? That's not okay. What you need to do is you need to download the image from the internet, keep track of where you're putting things, and I'm going to show you how you can keep track of things through being in InDesign. So I have all these different images here, and every time I add an image, this link window here, there's a picture of a link, it shows me all of my images here. Okay, and I can expand this. So you see they're all here, keeping track of them. So I am going to go to my folder for a moment, and one of the images that I was using, sorry, right here. So the bar cart. So I'm going to take this bar cart and I'm going to drag it in this folder here for a minute. So now I'm going back to my InDesign screen. Notice how that bar cart, it's got this question mark there. So if you get a warning spot or this question mark, so what I'm going to do is I am going to click on this image, and then I'm going to go to the hamburger and I'm going to say relink. And so I know that, going back to where I have it, teaching this course, the mood board. So you notice I try to keep my files fairly organized. So I had it in this folder and I dropped it over here, so I can click here, say open, and there it found it. So another thing I want to show you is if I go and make a change to an image, well, for example, the blue chair. So say I open up my blue chair. Actually, I have this image right here, so let me just open this one. So say I went and I did some work to this. Say I went in with my eraser and I'm going to erase this shape here for a minute, which will ruin my file. But anyway, I'm going to go and I'm going to say save. So I've made a change to my file. And now I'm going to go back to InDesign. See this yellow mark here? So that's telling me, wait, something happened to this file. So by clicking on this and going up to the hamburger again, I can say update link. Okay? So update link, now it has gone and made that change. So obviously I don't want that and I ruined that file for you, but this is how if you make a change. So if you had worked on your chair and you realized, oh, I don't like the way it looked in Photoshop, I want to make a change, you would notice that in the links, it has this yellow mark, this warning, okay? And if you move something around, you're going to get that question mark. So you go up to the hamburger and you would relink or go to that link. So these links, it's keeping track of all of your images. So what I want to show you now is you need to, say you grabbed all these things from different places. I had grabbed them all from one folder originally, but you've been working and not having them all in one folder. You got them all over the place. So I am going to show you a very important thing. You're going to go up to File and you're going to go to Package. You hit Package and you say Package. And it's going to tell me I have to save the file first. So I'm going to save it. And you decide where you're going to save it. So I have folders for my teaching and then for each class. And then this is my mood board folder. So I am going to say Package. I need to move my screen around here. Package. I'm going to say, okay, what it's doing, it's asking about the licensing for the font. So I'm going to just click that so I don't have to see it again and say, okay. So now when I go, close this for a moment, I'm going to go close this, and I go to my mood board folder. You see here it says Lily mood board. So it took and created this folder. And what I have in here is my InDesign file that I was working on. It has made a PDF file of it for me, and it's got an IDML file. So please, when you're working, make sure you don't submit an IDML file. I need your INDD file or PDF file, depending on what I ask for. This file right here is it's a lower version of it. So if you had updated software, you went to a computer that didn't update, it's a legacy file. Okay. The document fonts, these are the fonts that I used in my files. So that's giving me those fonts, because if you do something and I don't have access to those fonts, it's not going to show me the type the way you created it. And then the links, these are all the links that I used in that file. So all of this is packaged and it's nice and neat. So what I want from you is all of this stuff packaged. But if you try to take a folder and upload it to Blackboard, it doesn't work. So you're going to click on this folder, and while you're in Mac, you're going to go up to File and you're going to hit Compress. So on a Mac, you go to File while you're highlighting your folder, File, Compress, and it has created a zip file. So this zip file is what you're going to upload to Blackboard, because it's considered a file instead of a folder. And so then I would download it and be able to open up your mood board folder. Shoot, I'm forgetting right now how you do it in, I think you just right click. In the PC, I think you just click on it. I think it does it by right clicking. But I have it in the resource folder on Blackboard. There's a resource folder that shows you the different command keys for InDesign for PCs versus Macs. Okay, so that's always there for you. Okay, so you have, I'm going to go back to my InDesign file. So you want to make sure that all of these don't have any warning signs next to them. And so now I know that everything has packaged appropriately. Another thing that you can do, but I don't recommend it, is you can click on something and you can say embed the link. So if you say embed, it will automatically embed it, and so you don't have to worry about losing the links. I'm going to do Command Z. And the reason why that is a problem is if you go and you make changes, the way I made changes to this chair, if I made changes to it, I would have to go and re-upload it and different things like that. So embedding it's convenient. It's not always the best way to do things, because if you want it to be more fluid and be able to make changes, okay? But so the last thing I want to show you is when I showed you how to package, it automatically made a PDF file. But I want you to know how to make a PDF file just without packaging. So if I go up to File, I would export. So I go to Export, and then I can export as a JPEG or a PDF. PDF interactives too, if you put a link, a live link into it. But we're basically doing PDF print is what I would want you to save a PDF as, and then you would just click that and you would click save and it would go and create the PDF if you were just creating a PDF and not packaging the whole file, okay? Which is different than Illustrator. With Illustrator, you would just save as and it would create a PDF, but in InDesign, you have to go to Export and you would go down to here and export as a PDF, okay? So that's that. Thank you very much.